If your gas-powered weed trimmer starts up, runs for just a moment or two, and then stalls out, quits running, here are some things you want to do before you go out and buy tools or taking it to a repair shop. First things first, I call this the Scotty Kilmer method because Scotty says start with the simple stuff. It doesn't matter what brand, which manufacturer you have. If it's a gas weed trimmer, this is the first spot you want to check. The one I'm using here is a Ryobi. Have no idea what the model number is. On these, there's a little plastic bulb right here. You press that 10 times. You pull it a time or two, up to 4 times. And if it starts to run, then you switch it to half choke and leave it there for a minute. And then if it continues running fine, you put it on the run setting while you're holding this trigger. The problem is when I was using this a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't get it to stay running and wasn't sure what the problem was. I looked online, of course, checked out some YouTube videos, and everybody was saying replace the spark plug, a new carburetor kit, adjust the carburetor, all this sort of thing. I wasn't interested in doing any of that. And this is actually a pretty common problem. This little cover just snaps off. There's the air filter. Again, I have no idea what the model number is for this, so if you need a new one of these, good luck finding it. But this is the carburetor in here. There's not much to it, but that's not what was necessary in this case. All I did with this one, I've had it about 4 years, and I knew that I had never replaced the air filter, so since I had the cover off, I decided I couldn't pick one up in the store. Again, no model number, didn't see any on the shelf that looked the same, so I just took this one out, put about a quarter cup of gasoline in a container, swished it around, squeezed it out real good, and let it set over on the side and air dry while I was addressing the big problem that was causing my weed eater to stall out after it was running. Once the air filter was dry, put it back in, closed the cover. The gas tank says you're only supposed to use up to an E10 gas. One mistake that I did make is the cause of the problem with this thing stalling. I left the gas in it. The gas that I had was at least 1.5 years old and it had gone stale. So the big magic fix, take a safe container, poured the old gas out into the safe container, and when you're mixing, depending on the model and the manufacturer, the gas is actually a gas and oil mix, and it's usually a 40-to-1 ratio. This particular model is a 50-to-1 ratio. It says right here on the gas tank, E10 gas, that's the highest ethanol concentrate or whatever, when they add the ethanol, that's the highest you want to go is E10. You don't want to use E15 or anything like that. A friend of mine had some of this in his garage. It's pre-mixed at the proper ratio, 50-to-1, which is what this model calls for. So I drained out the old stuff in a safe container, and I'm going to dispose of that properly, and filled the tank probably about 3/4 of capacity with this stuff right here. Pre-mixed. I think this is about $8 or $9. I've actually seen this on the shelf at Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's. Once I put the fresh gas in, I went through the normal starting procedure, gave it a couple pulls, and was able to get my trimming done for the day. Hopefully that'll help you out. Start with the simple thing first. Keep fresh gas. If you're going to store it for the season, once I'm done with it, dump this out, and then when I start it up again the following season, fresh gas.